Gordon Freeman arrives at work at Black Mesa to do an easy job where he puts a funny crystal in a funny machine and resonance cascade happens and the military is called in, but not to save them but to kill everyone in there. Gordon kills lots of aliens and goes to Zen. Zen is the alien border world that most of the aliens Gordon fought had been hiding on, but from what? Wait for Half-Life too long. Gordon kills big alien and gets put in stasis by funny
Barney
demon.
Coward is a security officer at Black Mesa who managed to escape with a scientist Cal de Rosenberger. Veteran Shepard is a man sent to Black Mesa but gets left behind from the rescue team when his helicopter crashes. He sees Gordon entering Sen. They do some following cause it kills him if he does. He then finds and kills a big Allen tentacle thing and gets put into stasis by man. Color Green and Gina Cross are both employees at Black Mesa and must work together to escape. They meet Rosenberger and finds Drkeller. Color Dizenson, but Gina escapes back to Drkeller. Veteran Keller's fate is unknown.
Gordon gets released by Gibbon into City 17, where he meets a woman called Alex Vance and her father, Eli Vance, who was the black person seen at the start of Half-Life 1. He also meets Decliner, who was the white person next to Eli in Half-Life 1, and Barney. This has been taken over by the Combine, the alien race that the Xenalians were heading from. Gordon goes to a base that allied is at the meet Judith Mossman, who is another Black Mesa scientist. Gordon meets Doug, who is the biggest ruler, but Doug gets gravity gunned and the base gets attacked.
We don't go to Ravenholm, so he meets Father Grigori, who is a monkman and shit, and there's a lot of stuff that happens, but they aren't as important. So he, Emily, eventually makes it to the Citadel, a giant tower housing Gabreen, a Black Mesa advisor who managed to become a human spokesperson for the Combine in return for being powerful. Judith is revealed to be working with Breen but betrays him. Gordon follows Breen's plan by causing his big escape Portalord thing to implode. Then G-Man takes Gordon away.
All the Vortigians were actually being controlled to attack people in Black Mesa. But after the big Align was killed, they were freed and became good, and they are all connected by something called the Vorticence. Basically, they are able to take Alex and Gordon from the explosion at the Citadel and take them both down to the surface, where they find out that there's big Combine Alliance called Advisors that can take people's memory when they stab them with their tentacle. Then they escape on a train, but the Citadel explodes and the train crashes.
They both survive and see that there's a huge portal above the destroyed Citadel, and they need to stop it. But then Alex stabbed by a hunter alone, and Gordon saves her with the Vorts using Vortessence. Alex, but then Min comes and talks to Gordon, explaining how he set up Alex's survival, and Black Mesa calls she was just a little bit back then, and tells Alex to explain that I prepare for unforeseen consequences.
Which is a big important cause. Unforeseen consequences was the name of the chapter after the big Mechan exploded in Half-Life 1. They are able to get to a base called White Forest and meet Magnuson, who was the person who owned a microwave casserole that you can cause to explode in one. They are able to close the big portal using a rocket, and they discover data from a message that Mossman had left that shows the Borealis, a ship created by Aperture Science which disappeared out of nowhere. They plan to go to the location from the data, but an advisor comes and kills Eli with its tentacle, gaining his memories and learning the location of the Borealis.
5 years before Gordon's arrival in City 17, Eli discovers something that causes him and Alex to get captured by the Combine. However, Alex gets rescued by Russell, an inventor that applied at Black Mesa but got denied, lucky bastard, and gives her the gravity gloves. Alex finds a Vortigaunt that's separated from the Vorticence and gets told to go to a hotel. Able to crash the train housing Eli, and the Vort is able to save Eli. He discovers again floating vault. Then that she can disconnect the wires holding it up and finds one of the wire stations at the hotel. She discovers that there's a secret weapon inside the vault. She meets a 100 not blind extreme hearing monster called Jeff, then discovers that the secret weapon is Gordon Freeman himself. She gets into the vault, but that's not Gordon, that's
the D-Man.
Alex makes a deal with the man to change the footer so that the advisor that kills Eli is before getting to kill Eli. But Alex gets captured by Gman in return, and the post-credit scene shows Gordon free from Gman with a living Eli, ready to go save Alex from the Borealis.